What's up, y'all? I am sitting here reading the responses to Blackness as Technology, and this conversation is welling up in me, and I think that it's part of another conversation I was going to have anyway that came out of this conversation with Jill Bates Moore. Brilliant. I say every time, it's basically Jill Bates Moore, Esquire Brilliant is the fullness of her name. So here's the deal. A lot of the responses that I see, and I was trying to sit with, I was like, oh, why does this feel uncomfortable? There's a lot of, white folks on the thread about Blackness as Technology talking about how phenomenal Black people are. And yeah, so there's something in it that I was like, I smell whiteness. I smell rotting tomatoes. And I'm trying to sort out what it is. And here's what I think it is. There are a couple of things. So there's an instinct, right? There's a fetishization, an othering, right? And I want to frame this conversation by saying I'm not unaware of the complexities, nuances, and inherent intrinsic contradictions in the conversations that I'm having with you. And I think that one of the most powerful things that white folks can do to start divesting from whiteness is to get out of either or thinking, to muddle in the messy, to just get in there. You're going to have to get in the messiness. You're going to have to get into the contradictions. You're going to have to get into the fact that it isn't clear cut. It's such a pillar of the culture of whiteness is that things are clear, that it is this way or that way. And the reality is that's not life. And what it is it's constraints, it strangleholds the fullness of the complexity of humanity. So I'm going to ask you to lean into that in this conversation right now, where I tell you that I smelled whiteness in the fetishization, in the tokenization, in the othering, right? But the othering from the position of magical Negro, right? It's like, right, Black people are these magical unicorns that somehow have managed to persevere despite all of our attempts to annihilate them. Magic. This feeds the notion of Black folks as superhuman, right? And technology isn't superhuman. People make technology every single day. The question is whether or not the technology is the technology that innovates life or technology that innovates death. That's the distinction. So Black people aren't superhuman because we're technology. Technology exists. The question is it a technology in service to humanity, or is it a technology in service towards our oppression and degradation? Those are the questions. And so what I'm noticing in the thread that I was like, oh, this is how whiteness operates again and again and again, is that whiteness assumes one of two things, like that it just has a difficult time letting a thing be. And so it has to be in relationship to whiteness. So I thought it was fascinating. Someone on the thread said, like, it must be so tiring. I can't imagine how tiring and hard it is for you. And I just laughed. I was like, first of all, I'm out here giving you fabulous earrings, a fabulous dress, a gorgeous panamu, while I sit in a beautiful bed and breakfast where out of the windows I see the ocean, or I see a snow-capped volcano that oftentimes rainbows just jut out of the center of. And I'm doing all of this currently for free because people just love me enough to provide those things for me. My life is not hard. It's not. I am fat, Black, bald, and queer, and in this moment, my life is not hard. And that's not to say that Black people don't have hard lives. That's not to say that I'm incredibly privileged to be in this position. What that is to say is the white imagination can only understand us as supernatural or in deep struggle. And the reason that is because the white imagination can only understand us in the context and relationship of whiteness. That Black people only exist in the imagination of whiteness as in relationship to whiteness. So of course, if we're in relationship to whiteness, then we must be superhuman because we keep surviving, y'all are trying to kill us, or we must be burdened and downtrodden because y'all keep trying to kill us. Either way it goes, it's about the fact that we're in relationship to the fact that y'all just keep trying to kill us. Here's the tea. We are not supernatural. We are simply already survived. It's not supernatural. It is, the sun is not supernatural. And the sun cares not what is going on in your day. The sun is not in relationship to you. The sun was not like, I can't, I think white folks are waking up this morning. I guess I'm going to have to shine so I can really help them out. Or, humans, plants ain't growing. I guess I'm going to have to. The sun does not shine in relationship to us. The sun just shines. And we simply get to be in the benefits, blessings, and gifts that come from the fact that the sun gets up and does its damn business every single day, irregardless of what we got going on. Here's the deal. Blackness, the mechanism, the technology that allows Black people to get up every single day and live our best Black lives, our hurt Black lives, our angry Black lives, our joyful Black lives, our passion-filled Black lives, our sexy Black lives, whatever kind of Black life we're living, we are living regardless of whiteness and the systems of white supremacist delusion. What we're interested in, it's like Apollo, right? Like the sun is over here minding its business and Apollo's like, I got to rope the sun. I need to control the sun. The sun is not in a relationship with Apollo. Apollo is in an imaginary relationship with the sun because the sun is just doing what it's going to do. And so Black joy